Hello and welcome to the Algebra 1 math video for the week of January 29th. I'm going to review the 3 different types of problems that are going to be on your homework for this week. So our first one is definitely going to be a review question. So we have x to the third times -9 times x. So this is just reviewing our exponent rules that we did last week. So we know that we can just rewrite this problem as -9 times x to the third times x. Since this is all about exponent rules, I need to make sure that everything has an exponent. So that x, I'm going to give a 1 as an exponent because everything has a 1 as an exponent. Now, the -9 stays exactly where it is because there is no other number for it to be multiplied. The two x's we are multiplying, so we're going to add 3 plus 1 is 4. And that gives us our answer of -9x shift 6 to the 4th power. And we got it correct. So this is just exponent rules. And if you need to remember them, no, not x, a to the m times a to the n, you add them. If you are dividing, you subtract them. If you have a power to a power, you multiply them. Anything to the 0 power is always 1. And if you have a negative exponent, it just changes to the opposite side of the fraction, becomes a positive. So the next problem we're going to do is going to be that elimination level 2. This once again is still more review, getting ready for our EOC at the end of the year. So I'm going to start by writing down the problem. And 9x minus 5y equals -24. So we need to remember, we are looking for a solution to this, which is going to be some type of point. Now, since this is elimination, it's asking us to get rid of one of the variables. Unfortunately, neither the x or the y have the same coefficient. What I'm going to do is multiply that top equation by 3. Because when I do that, and I multiply everything by 3, we now have the x variable having the same exact coefficient. And so now I can do subtraction to make the x's go away. So we're going to subtract this. 9 minus 9, 0, so there's no more x. We have the problem though of 9 minus -5. 9 minus -5. Keep, change, change. So that's going to be a 14y equals, and the same thing over here, 18 minus a -24. Keep, change, change. So we're adding 8 plus 4 is 12. Carry the 1. And that will be 42. Our next step, divide by 14. And I'm going to use a calculator real quick again, because that's what they're there for. 42 divided by 14 is 3, I think. Yep, 3. And that's half of our answer. So I'm going to plug 3 in for the y. Oh. And now I'm going to plug it into one of the 2 original equations to find what the x is going to be. I'm going to plug it into that top one. So 3x plus 3 parentheses. Put our 3 in there. 3x plus 9 equals 6. Minus 9. 3x equals -3. Divided by 3. X equals -1. And then on delta math, I can just plug in -1 comma 3, submit, yes, and we got a correct answer. All right, so that once again, elimination, reviewing, and finally, the new thing, exponential functions. Woo! So, an exponential function is f of x equals a times b to the x power. So this is just one form of it. So a new car is purchased for $24,800. The value of the car depreciates at 12% per year. What will the value of the car be to the nearest cent after 13 years? So A is your starting value. So in this case, the car started at $24,800 times B is your exponential rate. So since this is a depreciation, that means we're going to be taking 12 away from 100%. So 100% minus 12% is 88%. We need to turn that into a decimal. So 0.88. And then the exponent of x. So there's our equation. Now, they want us to find what the heck it is after 13 years. So we know after 13 years, the car is going to be worth a lot less money. And so I just plugged 13 in for x. Order of operations says to do the exponents first. This is where it's going to get a little tricky. You can't do this without a calculator. So you need a calculator to do this. All I'm going to do is open up my calculator and type in 0.88. Then I'm going to hit the XY button, 13. And I get 0.1897 ... It's going to keep going. I have that answer in my calculator. I'm just going to leave it for right now. Then I'm going to multiply that number by not changing anything, 24800. And I get the answer 4,706.8073. Since we need to round to the nearest cent though, that means this 0 is going to be our last number. Circle the 7, cross everything else out. 7 rounds up. So that 0 turns to a 1. 86074. So the car is worth $4,706.81. Let's see if I'm correct. And I am. Sweet. That was exponential functions. If you have any questions, please feel free to send me a message on Remind, and I'll be more than happy to help you out.